Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Uploading visuals, sir.
Please stop letting hating men and women bully you out of finding and wanting to be with a rich man. There's literally no award for suffering. And being with a rich man is lit. Like, you're not stressed out. You can focus on yourself. You get to do one-in-a-lifetime experiences. And worst case scenario, if you get played, at least you get a good return on your investment. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Run! Get to the chopper!
Women explain why it's not worth dating/marrying them. 45% single and childless women 2030. Welcome to Matters for Highlights Daily. Women will always tell on themselves, and the internet is forever. That's why we highlight these truth bombs so you can use it to protect yourself at all times. The kind of women in this video will always be there no matter where you go. That's why the choice is yours. If you recognize these red flags, you should act adequately. If not, it's your life. It's your responsibility. Like Morpheus said, all I'm offering is the truth. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do because we men, ain't we? Shit.
Let me tell you why you need to start expecting men to financially compensate you for your time.
I 99% agree with this creator. I am team men pay, no 50-50 lifestyle, but here's why I think that specific mindset is harmful. Then you're making dating transactional. I believe that men and women bring different things to the table, and one doing their thing should not make the other require compensation in return because they should both be bringing value to the relationship. And besides, men have so much more value than money. So if a woman's only benefit in spending time with you is by receiving financial compensation, then clearly that man does not have much to offer. If we don't want men to see sex as transactional and say to us, well, if I'm giving you a free meal, then I require sex as compensation, then we should not as women turn around and say, well, if I'm giving you my time and emotional capacity, then I require monetary compensation.
Do you see how twisted this is? Because relationships are transactional, but she doesn't want the transactions to be set in stone. In this case, monetary. Because she understands that men bring a lot more than money to the table. So no 50-50, i.e. equality. She doesn't just want a man's money, she wants everything he has to offer. In exchange for what? Let's hear it again.
Say, well, if I'm giving you my time and emotional capacity, then I require monetary compensation.
She offers time and emotional capacity. Haven't you noticed that modern women truly believe that their presence is a blessing? It's not a surprise because in yesterday's video, average and below average looking women go on back-to-back dates. We're not even talking about the guys she's talking to in her DMs and on these dating apps. And we already exposed women's conversational skills on these dates. Most women are boring. You have to be a playmaker, the table setter, the kickstarter, because most of these women just show up with makeup and then they are surprised when they get ghosted by Chad and Tyrone. Because we all know they're not looking for average Joe. Emotional capacity? If you have a body count higher than the predator, your emotional capacity is either disturbed or hit rock bottom. Don't come in with that wishy-washy shit I can't measure. Emotional capacity. It doesn't matter. Modern woman, traditional woman, women need men to be emotionally invested. That's how they get access to our resources. They need us to willingly give it to them. They need us to be fools. Check this out.
Y'all, please stop letting hating men and women bully you out of finding and wanting to be with a rich man. There's literally no award for suffering. And being with a rich man is lit. Like, you're not stressed out. You can focus on yourself. You get to do one-in-a-lifetime experiences. And worst case scenario, if you get played, at least you get a good return on your investment. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Let's take it a step further, guys.
So my problem with this man has presumed I've done nothing with my life, all because I said you should date a rich man, when in reality I'm a double-barred attorney, but whatever, that doesn't matter. What matters is that men pick and choose when they believe in gender roles. So they believe in gender roles when it's time for you to take their last name and erase your entire lineage. They believe in gender roles when it's time for you to cook and clean and take care of the kids. But then they don't believe in gender roles when it's time to financially provide for you. then suddenly I'm a leech? How does that make sense?
What the hell is she talking about? Where in the blue hell did you get that from? Where? Because men always took care of the family. The laws to this day are made to take care of women. Men were pressured to get married and to have families because if they didn't, they were not considered men. Men had to sacrifice their lives for their families, for their countries. You don't hear these feminists talk about that. Your feminist friends liberated us from the plantation. She says something interesting.
So my problem with this man has presumed I've done nothing with my life, all because I said you should date a rich man when in reality I'm a double-barred attorney, but whatever, that doesn't matter.
Exactly. It does not matter. Women do not get their degrees to take care of men. It has always been for selfish reasons. You do not want to rely on a man, but you do not want to take care of him either. And this is where the double standard comes in. Because you can take care of yourself, but you're still looking for a man to take care of you. And women always tell on themselves, so let the woman tell on herself.
I'm going to give you 3 questions to ask in order to figure out if he has a provider mentality, because if he doesn't, next. So I had a really hard time dating, and contrary to popular belief, I feel like sometimes the more educated and successful you are as a woman, the harder it is. And that was exactly my life. Like, I'm smart, I'm educated, I have a doctorate, working on another, and just made so much money. But for whatever reason, I would go on dates with men and constantly be stuck in the provider role, and they were just taking from me. And I didn't really understand why. So
just a quick intervention. These educated women don't understand the difference between education and intelligence. That's why she can't figure out why these men keep taking from her. When I was in the trenches doing my research, I was eating these college-educated women for breakfast. This woman studied law. If there's a leak in my house, I'm not gonna call her. If my car breaks down, I'm not gonna call her because she's not educated to fix my car. There's nothing to be intimidating about. There are many things she doesn't know a damn thing about. But she has a degree, and now she thinks she's smart and deserves a man on her quote-unquote level or higher. Because of this attitude, highly educated women divorce more often. You've been warned.
I came up with these 3 questions to kind of be able to weed them out right away because I did not have time to waste and I was running out of energy. And depending how these men would respond to these comments that I would make, I would be able to tell what their mentality was. So the first one was, I would say, I believe in traditional gender roles. Now, women like to quickly combat that with saying, oh, but if you contribute, I'm down to equally contribute. Do not say that, okay? You don't need to give him a caveat. You're going to lower his expectations and see how he responds to primarily being the provider.
This has always been the standard expectation for men. It's women that came out shouting equality. We didn't have a choice. And once again, women were feeling too much. They never thought about the consequences of their actions. It's harder than ever for families to make ends meet on one income. That's why they are looking for rich men now to come save them. Check this out.
Number 2, I would say I don't want my life to be primarily dictated by my career. That means I'm not trying to not see my kids and not see my man. So you're going to have to figure out how to retire me because I'm not about to be at work and miss my entire life.
Me. I. Selfish. Self-centered. This is all about her. She does not love you. She loves what you can do for her. Pay attention to what's going to happen when the rain comes, when the storm comes. She already said it.
In worst case scenario, if you get played, at least you get a good return on your investment. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
She is not leaving empty-handed, but you will. Women like this run their mouths too much. Brittany Renner. She's showing us her true colors. Women like this are exhausting to be with.
Run! Get to the chopper!
Number 3, I would say I want a partner who invests in me in every way. This meant I'm not trying to struggle by myself. So you're either going to have to put up or shut up. Seeing how these men would react to these comments would allow me to eliminate men who wanted to be provided for at a faster rate. And that is how I was able to meet my man and finally be in a position where, yes, I'm smart, educated, have my own money, whatever, amazing, but finally has a man who wants to provide for me.
This is why you have 1 in 4 women on antidepressants, because most women will never marry Prince Charming. Most women will never work that dream job. Most women are not prepared for old age. This Forever 21 mindset is gonna hurt when the undefeated wall hits you on your powdered face. Now invisible to the Chads and Tyrones. Most women will never have it all. Most women cannot handle it all. But hey, some people just have to learn the hard way. And that's where you come in. Mr. Cleanup Man, Mr. Captain Saver 304, ready to sacrifice, ready to be a safety net. She said nothing about the benefits that we get as men, because in her mind, she is the prize. But this whole presentation says otherwise. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.